What's the point of living if you ain't doing what you wanna do? You only live once. YOLO, nigga. One life to live, $2 to my name. 3 women I'm in love with, but tomorrow that can change. Can think of a million reasons I need $1 million. For every reason I need, what each costs more than $1.
And one statistic is this: 88% of all self-made millionaires. We're not talking about those who inherited the wealth. That's a little different. You know, I don't know about y'all, but I know I for damn sure ain't inherit no wealth. You know, I'm not about to inherit no $1 million from anybody. You know, so we're talking about self-made millionaires. Something that 9 out of 10 of them have in common. 88%, we can round up to 90, that make it 9 out of 10. Is they all read about at least 30 minutes every day. Every day they read 30 minutes a day. So ask yourself, when's the last time you read something? Even if it ain't even got to be like a book, even the news. Like, do y'all spend 30 minutes reading the news, or do y'all? Because I know what we do. You know how I know many of us don't? Because I see so much fake news circulating. People will read the headline and then they'll share the news based off the headline. That's how I know they're not reading the article. So I know there's no way that you're not reading 30 minutes a day, not even the news, because you don't even bother reading the news. It's just a few paragraphs. And this is why this is the same type of people who do this lead in poverty. And that's what 88% of millionaires do. But we all dream and say we want to be millionaires, and we don't do what it takes to become a millionaire. Many of us have not furthered our education any further than it was when we were in high school or maybe college. Some of us went to college. And even with that, you got to understand this, especially if you only got a high school education. Nowhere in your high school education did they tell you how a mortgage rate will affect your life. They didn't tell you the importance of that. You don't know the first thing about how interest rates corresponds with finances. You don't understand the interest rates in your credit card. This is why credit card debt be at all-time highs. This is why all these different debts, mortgage debts, student loan debts, be at all-time highs, because we don't understand them. We just sign. You have to actually pay and dedicate your life to learning finances to even learn these things in college. You got to pay to get that information. They don't just teach you that in school. Why would they? There's no incentive to do that. So we have to get our information. And then even the books that they give you, even in college, there's certain information left out of those books, in my opinion, on purpose. Because we're in a capitalist nation. Capitalism wouldn't succeed if everybody was on game. They have incentive to keep you ignorant. Because capitalism would not work if everybody knew what was going on. That's just a fact. You may get lucky and go to a good college that can teach you something. And that still will depend on your professor. That'll still depend on your professor. So, if 88% of millionaires, so wasps flying around here, I don't play with that. But if 88% of millionaires read at least 30 minutes a day, that should tell you that maybe you should start reading. Reading the news to stay current, and reading books. Because if we haven't enhanced our education in years, many of us 30, 40, 50 years old, and we ain't learned nothing new since then. But yet we're in this matrix trying to make a way. Imagine, think of whenever you graduated school, think of whatever the latest phone was out at the time. So if you graduated back in 2009, I don't even know if the iPhone 4 was out yet. I don't even know if the iPhone 3 was out yet. Think whatever iPhone was out then, and compare it to the latest iPhone now, the iPhone 10 or iPhone 11, whatever iPhone is out now. People who still reading, like the millionaires, they're the latest iPhone. You're still that old iPhone because you haven't updated. You ain't been updating yourself. They stay updated. These iPhones stay getting updated with new information to stay with the times. You behind. And you're behind. And there's books that is like such basic level that people still ain't read yet. Like a book like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm gonna give you 7 books. I'm gonna give you 7 books that you should have been read by now if you haven't. Essential. And there's more books than that, right? But we just talking about 7 basic ass books as far as getting your life in order in all aspects. Whether we talking about money, health, self-mastery, discipline, relationships with people, all that. Many people still ain't even read Rich Dad Poor.
I gave him grind or nothing, homie, show some gratitude. I'm the one giving some hope to your grandkids. Show them there's more to life than complaining about a damn shit.